presentation is on supersonic passenger flight over land. I'm Zain Islam.
I'm Kyle Podgorski.
And I'm Satinet Shiv.
Okay, so when we're talking about the history of supersonic travel, it pretty much began post World War II. Jet advancements led to the supersonic test concepts. Um, so yeah, the Bell X-1 broke the sound barrier, and then in the 1960s and 1970s, that's when passenger supersonic travel became more common. So you got an example of that's the Concorde, which could reach Mach 2.04. And then you got this USSR craft, the Tupolev 2. You got the Tupolev 2 that could reach a Mach of 2.29.
There are many pros and cons with commercial supersonic passenger flight. One of the most glaring pros with supersonic passenger flight is time efficiency. Supersonic flights significantly reduce travel time, making cross-continental and intercontinental travel faster and more efficient. It can lead to economic growth because now we're developing new innovations that will also stimulate global business activity and could also open up new markets. Again, with technological advancements, pursuing supersonic flight could drive innovation in aerospace engineering and benefiting other industries such as in electrical engineering. And there's also the prestige that comes with developing supersonic travel, as it is a symbol of progress. But of course, there's many cons that come with supersonic passenger flight as well. There's the noise pollution. Sonic booms are created by supersonic aircraft can be disruptive to people and wildlife, especially in densely populated areas. Environmental concerns. High fuel consumptions and emissions could contribute to climate change and air pollution, as well as sustainability issues. There's also the cost. Supersonic travel is expensive to operate and maintain, making it inaccessible to most people and perpetuating the socioeconomic inequality. There's also the regulatory and safety challenges. Regulations that will exist to mitigate noise and environmental impact could pose threats to the market. But there are solutions for these challenges. When it comes to environmental concerns, we can use sustainable fuels such as hydrogen to reduce emissions. Another issue with supersonic flight would be the energy efficiency. We can invest in lightweight materials and drag reducing designs to improve fuel efficiency during flight. And when it comes to global regulations, we can enforce stricter international standards for emission and noise pollution so that these regulations are uniform.
When talking about ethical implications of supersonic passenger travel over land, there are a couple. So pretty much the core principle for this is it evaluates actions based on the greatest happiness for the greatest number. So it's pretty much benefits in number. Um, so the support of having supersonic travel over land, passenger travel is there's economic benefits. So different companies can meet all around the world, ultimately growing business as a whole. Um, that also results in improved global connectivity and then also social innovation. As more people are able to interact with one another, more innovations can be generated. So there is criticism, however. When you break the sound barrier, there is a sonic boom, therefore noise pollution, and that would cause a lot of noise pollution and environmental harm as animals would uh, panic. And in this case, harm may outweigh the benefits for populations and ecosystems. We're looking at it in a Kantian ethics viewpoint. The core principle about this is that it requires actions to follow universal principles that could apply to everyone. It also emphasizes treating every individual with dignity and respect, not as a means to an end. So, this mindset, this way of viewpoint, supports supersonic wind travel if the design and operation of supersonic aircraft prioritize universally acceptable principles such as innovation balanced with harm reduction. It could align with, if this is the case, then it could align with this viewpoint. This approach suggests the progress is morally justified if benefits humanity outweigh the harm that it causes. And then for the criticism, communities near airports may suffer, whereas those that are more away from airports will not. So it's kind of that uneven um, consequences between the people. Additionally, if only the wealthy can afford supersonic travel, then this creates an ethical dilemma about fairness and accessibility. When we were talking about key ethical questions, we were asking ChatGPT because this is a new innovation of our day, and this is very important to understand. So we were asking it, do the benefits of reduced travel time and economic growth outweigh the harm caused by environmental damage and social inequality? And ChatGPT responded that the harms may outweigh the benefits if environmental damage and social inequality affect a significantly larger portion of the population than those who directly benefit. This raises ethical concerns about pursuing supersonic passenger travel over land without substantial migration strategies. When we ask ChatGPT another question, we go, can supersonic travel be pursued to respect the rights and dignity of all affected parties rather than prioritizing a select few? And pretty much ChatGPT summarized this by saying, supersonic travel can currently be conceived in such a way that it might struggle to kind of meet this standard unless significant efforts are made to respect the rights of everyone involved with this innovation, including the people of the communities that this travel will fly over.
So here we focus on the ethical and moral considerations when analyzing ChatGPT's responses to these concerns. To start with utilitarianism, is that ChatGPT's analysis was good for prioritizing economic benefits and societal innovation. It also recognized significant drawbacks such as noise pollution and environmental harm. However, we found that while the approach was logical and balanced, it lacked a detailed exploration of long-term equity, particularly for rural communities impacted by aviation routes. Now, to Kantian ethics, ChatGPT's analysis took a strong stance on respecting individual rights and addressing harm to local populations, which aligns well with the principles of Kantian ethics. However, we noticed that the ethical tensions between global benefits and local disruptions were underexplored. Both frameworks provide unique insights, but highlight areas for improvement in balancing ethical considerations with practical limitations. As for our group subjective ethics, we value equitable development and believe any innovation must account for global inclusivity while minimizing environmental harm. For example, advocating for sustainable aviation in countries like Cambodia while respecting its cultural heritage. This slide compares the effects of developing supersonic passenger flight in two economically and geopolitically different countries, the United States and Cambodia. So starting with culture, the United States, this development reinforces its role as a global leader in innovation, but it comes with the challenge of disrupting local communities near airports. In contrast, for Cambodia, the development symbolizes progress and modernization. Uh, in economics, the United States benefits economically by driving high-tech industries and expanding global trade. On the other hand, Cambodia sees potential growth as a tourism destination, but remains reliant on foreign investment, which limits its economic autonomy. And finally, politics in the United States. This shapes global aviation regulations and sparks domestic tensions over environmental standards. Cambodia must negotiate for access and funding, which could create dependencies on foreign powers and limit its political leverage. So our final reflection on AI and ChatGPT, while it provided valuable insights into the ethical, cultural, and societal implications of supersonic travel, its responses required careful evaluation. Through this project, we learned the importance of critically analyzing AI-generated content and aligning it with global equity and sustainability goals. And finally, we had ChatGPT just develop kind of a call to action, like a final closing statement. Uh, Supersonic travel is not just about speed, it's about shaping a sustainable and inclusive future for global aviation. How can we as a society ensure this innovation benefits all and not just a privileged few? Thank you very much.